Got two Brendan Schaub clips for you. These are both a lot of fun for different reasons. Brendan is in this first clip is going to try and talk about medicine and disease.
Big words, right?
Brendan's going to talk about somebody who has some kind of condition. I honestly can't tell you what that condition is because I don't know what he's trying to say in this clip.
Okay.
I don't know. Let's go ahead and hit play on our first Brendan Schaub clip of the night. Here you are.
What he was dealing with, Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Right out the gate, huh? The Hodgkin's lymphoma.
He's got Hodgkin's lymphoma. Oh, no.
Brendan, I want to hold his hand and walk him through flashcards.
Like, he's not stumbling over it. It's on the fucking screen. He's just got to read it.
Lymphoma.
Lymphoma. There's no I in there. You're inventing letters. That's not like mispronouncing a name. It's not like the former Twins first baseman, Doug Mintkevich, where you're trying to pronounce, you're like Minkiewicz. It's like, okay, I can see where you get that. That's how the letters are arranged. Brendan's adding letters in so he can pronounce it lymphoma.
Oh, he just had one of them floaters in his eye. He thought he saw an eyeball.
It's like when Adam Sandler's character is trying to learn to read in 50 First Dates, and he goes, pan clocks. Like, you added letters to make it say that. Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Does it get worse than this? How does this get worse?
Oh, this is, what, a 1 minute, 10-second clip? Oh, Brendan's going to talk medicine. That's how this gets worse.
How do you treat the lymphoma?
Lymphoma? Oh, definitely you have to use ketotherapy.
It's kratom therapy.
Oh, kratom therapy. I'm sorry. The keto diet. Ketotherapy, I believe, is what you have to use.
Either one.
Yeah.
Interchangeable.
All right.
What he was dealing with, Hodgkin's lymphoma, and hemophagocytic or some
Hemophagocytic.
Hemophagocytic and lymphoma. Okay. All right.
Lymphoma, and hemophagocytic or some shit. Those, for sure, science make it short. Lymphocytius.
I know.
Okay, here's the words.
Hemophagocytic.
Okay, and then lymphohistiocytosis.
There you go. It's called pre-reading, Brendan.
There's little chunks to the word. Just break it down and, sound them out.
Which is a rare disorder of the immune system. Yeah. What he told me, because we're trying him on food truck.
Brendan, here, we should have our own Twitter where we retweet things for Brendan. And it's just like there's a different Twitter. It's a sub-Twitter. And it's called Brendan Twitter. And you go, that tweet is dissected and translated into Brendanese. And it would say, Rumble Johnson died of really bad stuff. Boom. And then Brendan doesn't have to look like a dick.
He's like, dude, I gotta go check in the hospital. What he told me is that the white blood cells were like attacking something in his body, and the healthy stuff. They're just...
Brendan, I can't watch this. It's painful.
You see, that's a medical term. The healthy stuff.
They were attacking the healthy stuff.
Brendan, were they attacking tissue? Were they attacking muscles?
Well, the white blood cells.
Yes, I understand that, Brendan. White blood cells are our blood cells that fight off infection and things like that. And they were attacking what?
The good stuff.
Oh, that... Do you know specifically what the stuff was?
No, it's just all the good stuff.
Okay.
All the good.
Thank God he didn't choose to be a doctor, B.
What, you don't want him operating on you?
No.
What about a prostate exam?
Excuse me, nurse. Could we remove this doohickey over here? Brendan, those are his intestines. Yeah, the wormy things. They're in my way.
The wormy things.
The wormy things.
Attacking something in his body, and the healthy stuff. They're just... his body just turned on. It was like the white blood cells were doing something. And I forget what it was. They were attacking something, or there's too much in his body.
So
I forgot what it was, but here's me trying to explain.
And I got to be honest with you, I'm not really sure what a white blood cell is. So he was either they were attacking him or he had too many of them.
What do those little dudes do again?
I don't know. Could you guys bring me out the operation board? I need to see.
Oh, he just starts playing operation.
Yeah, I think it was water on the knee, actually, now that I think about it. And I think the white blood cells touched the metal sides of the board, and they went bzzz.
It's actually the apple core in his throat.
Oh, yeah, the apple core.
It wasn't good. It wasn't good. Or maybe it was the red blood cells attacking the white blood cells.
Stop, Brendan.
Let's not do medical talk when we don't know.
He's got to have like a co-host, or as Joe Rogan said, a handler who just goes, I believe you.
Is Brendan a misinformation guy or what?
Yeah, I don't know. Accidentally. He doesn't even know it's misinformation. Brendan, white cells and red cells are very different things.
Yes, they absolutely do different duties.
They perform different functions. That's like saying, oh, yeah, Rumble Johnson, yeah, he was an MMA fighter. Or was he a baker? I can't remember. It was one of the two.
I think he was just a unicorn.
Yeah, could be. Or he had like too many jobs. I don't know.
And he was so low on white blood cells, it was like super dangerous for him.
Wait, did he have two? Go back. Did he have too many or too few?
Did he attack them, or there's too much in his body? It wasn't good. It wasn't good. Or maybe it was the red blood cells attacking the white blood cells. And he was so low on white blood cells, it was like super dangerous for him.
The hell?
Brendan, we believe you. You don't know. It's okay. Nobody's asking you. This isn't a test.
But you could just say, like, hey, one of these awesome fighters died. I'm sad.
Right.
Me sad.
Me, Brendan, me sad. That's the thing, Brendan. Keep it in your wheelhouse, buddy. You could be a good podcaster. You could probably be a funny guy. You're kind of a big, dumb oaf. Big, dumb oafs are funny. Yeah. But you got to keep it in your wheelhouse. If it's over 3 syllables, let it go. If it's medical, let it go. Just say bad shit happened and he's dead.
Watch Frozen and memorize it.
There you go.
Let it go.
Is a rare but potential fatal condition which certain white blood cells build up and damage. Or there you go.
There you go. Yeah, Brendan nailed it.
Just see, I said that. That was one of my options.
Yeah, I called that.
Condition that he had is certain white blood cells build up and damage organs, including the bone marrow, liver, spleen, and destroy other blood cells. Dude, how about that? Commonly affects infants and young children.
It's super rare.
It's so nuts, dude. Go to what's the survival rate of it right there.
There you go. That's the end of the first
What is the survival weight?
What is the survival weight? I don't know.
63 pounds.
It's lower than your fighting weight. I can tell you that. God damn you, David, with another 1999. He says, hematolbout Hodgminium liposuction. Oh, is that what it was?
Is David our sugar daddy now?
He is. I'm so gross because I'm so owned by David now.
I know. I do feel sponsored by David.
I'm covered in his cum. Oh, well, it must be a tough time for everyone else, and he's getting them through it. What a fucking saint.
Thank you.
$20 away from tonight's goal. If we hit it or we don't, we'll be fine. Tomorrow we've got a VIP giveaway.
But for God's sakes, no more David.
But for God's sakes, David is not allowed to hit the goal for us tonight. He's pretty much knocked out 3/4 of it. As it were. Thank you to everybody else who chipped in, by the way.
It's insane. Very
nice of you. You're all remarkably kind. We got another Brendan clip here. This one's twofold. Number one, apparently Joe Rogan had some people out to Madison Square Garden for the last UFC card.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Guess who didn't get invited, and they feel a little salty about it.
Brendan.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy.
Not only that, Brendan, did you know Brendan Schaub has never been to Madison Square Garden before?
Never?
Never, he says. Here you go.
That doesn't...
I've been to Madison Square Garden. You know what
have I.
You know what I want to say about Madison Square Garden that people might find controversial?
What?
It's an arena.
It was boring, yeah.
Yeah.
I got to shoot hoops. I thought that was kind of cool.
But it's just a place.
I agree.
It's a place where they play basketball.
It's more so oh, cool. I've seen Madison Square Garden now.
Right. Ali fought Frazier here. Yeah. Oh, my God. That's crazy. Here we go. Brendan and Brian Callan talk about... And by the way, if you want to find out where you are in the Rogan pecking order, this segment probably solidified it for him.
This has to hurt for him because he considers himself friends with Rogan, right?
Yeah.
And all our friends, did you have... I had FOMO because all our buddies were in New York. Literally, Rogan was there, Schulte, Theo,
they were all there.
Jared Leto. All our friends are there, you know?
Yeah, well.
Had FOMO. Everyone was out there.
We didn't get invited, so.
Oh. See, this is where, when we were just starting on YouTube and be like, what are you trying to be, Red Bar? This is where I could never be Red Bar.
No.
This is just...
Red Bar would make fun of him and be mean.
He would be mean to these two
I'm
and
over here
else.
I kind of want to stroke him.
Yeah.
It's going to be okay.
Guys, it's okay. You're in the second rung of friends. That's all right. I mean, think of that list. Theo, Jared Leto, Andrew Schultz. First of all, Andrew Schultz was sent there by like some Jewish managers in Hollywood. He wasn't there.
Check things out.
Right. He's a made man. He's like he's an industry created guy. He's a robo celebrity. So they just sent him out there. Theo Vaughn's very famous, obviously very funny guy. Jared Leto has been an Uber star for over a decade. So, I mean, I'm sorry, Brian, but you were like one of the extra guys in The Hangover. You were the gym teacher in The Goldbergs. You're not really on the top of the list to go to Madison Square Garden for the Adesanya fight. That's all. And Brendan, how fucking dare you? The amount of shit you've talked about Dana White since you left the UFC. You were barely a ranked heavyweight at one point at your best. And ever since then, you've been basically jealously shitting on Dana. Yeah, are you guys surprised you didn't get invited?
Well,
boy, I hope not.
I will say this for him, though. It is nice to see him like admit that he had, I hate the word, but FOMO. Like instead of just being shitty, like, oh, I just wasn't invited. No, he's actually telling us, I'm sad I wasn't
I know,
there.
that's why I can't shit on him too hard.
He's like a big kid.
We couldn't go, though.
Sure.
We couldn't go. Madison Square Garden.
I'd love to go to Madison Square Garden.
Madison Square Garden.
Madison.
Have you ever been to Madison Square Garden?
No.
God, he can't fucking speak. It's amazing. This is why I don't hate Brendan. Because he has the nerve to do a show where he talks. He does a talk show and he can't speak.
Madison Square Garden.
Madison Square Garden. Lymphoma.
The good stuff.
The good stuff.
Madison Square Garden.
Love to go.
Madison Square. No, it's not even Masson. It's Mass Square Garden.
Go. Madison Square Garden.
Love to
Mass Square Garden.
Mass Square.
Mass Square. It's spelled Masquare.
Oh,
Mass Square.
Okay.
Mass Square Garden.
Maybe he just doesn't have time to say the whole thing.
Exactly. It's a long, complicated name. What did I say? Anything over 3 syllables. Madison. That's
Mass
3.
Square. That's 2.
Mass Square. Mass Square Garden's only 2. See, he just shortens it up
No,
so it can be
right.
Brendanized. The big building in New
Brendanized.
York they play basketball in. There you go. Perfect. Barclays. See, that one's easy.
So easy.
Go. Madison Square Garden.
I'd love to go to Madison Square Garden. Watch those fights.
I've walked by it. I've never been there.
A few moments later.
So now this is Brendan says, I've never been there. And then all of a sudden, the CTE goes away. He has a moment of clarity. And
Where did we watch the fight when you did the was Matt Mitrione and Fedor in New York? Wasn't it in New York that we watched the fight?
Oh, fuck. I worked Madison Square Garden.
How does one forget that? You just forget you worked at Madison
I believe
Square
when he was
Garden.
working for Showtime, they had him cover a card that was in Madison Square Garden.
I'm not even mad. Like, I don't understand.
It's adorable.
Yeah, it is. He's cute somehow.
It's like a giant puppy that someone gave a podcast to.
No, that is MSG then.
Oh, yeah. That is MSG.
That's what I was like
I've
remembering.
been there. That was nothing special. Now that I think about it, it was all right. Yeah, it was all up in
I was going to say,
Madison Square
once you get there, it's like,
Oh, look at those two. They didn't get invited to the big party. So now they're
Once
going,
you're there.
yeah, once you're there, it's just, once you've seen one arena, you just kind of seen them all. So whatever the fuck.
They're all the same. It's all the good stuff.
Oh. So Brendan Schaub, we should, when we put this up as a clip, we should title it Dr. Brendan Schaub.
The good stuff.
Dr. Brendan Schaub doesn't get invited to a party.
Okay.
There you go.
That works.
Dr. Brendan Schaub. They're saying he reads better than 13% of the NFL. Stevie J says Mass Square Garden. Mass Square Garden.
Maskware.
Mass Square Garden. Not garden. Mass Square Garden.
Let me get this right. Maskware Garn.
Mass Square Garden. You know what? Should we listen to it one more time?
I think so.
Let's listen to it one more time. And then we can find out how it's.
We couldn't go. Madison Square Garden.
I'd love to go to Madison Square Garden.
I don't know.
We couldn't go. Madison Square Garden.
I'd love to go to
I'm hearing
he
Mass Square
slurred
Garden.
Garden.
I'm hearing Mass Square Garden.
Maskware.
Yeah. Paul Polito says him smushing, blending, and smacking his way towards destroying the English language is actually pretty hilarious. Right. I don't want people to think that this is like I feel like I'm talking to Lenny of Mice and Men. I ain't doing it out of meanness.
Dude, I've got a request for a Christmas gift now. I would like the Schaubism dictionary. Do you think somebody out there could make that?
That could be pretty
Somebody
fun.
out there's had like a running list of all his words.
Yeah.
Somebody does.
There's got to be a Brendan Schaub dictionary somewhere.